You started Immigrant Families Together in 2018. Tell me how you began this whole journey.
In the summer of 2018, as I was listening, as many people were, to the news about what was happening on the border with respect to separations of families, I became increasingly desperate to do something actually useful. And one day I heard a local attorney on our local NPR affiliate talking about his client who was in immigration detention in Arizona. And he said, look, she has 3 kids. They're in foster care in New York. She's in Arizona. She could be reunited with them if she had a way to pay her bond and she had a way to get from Arizona to New York. And I thought, well, that sounds really concrete and achievable. I had no idea what the bond was, but I felt that it would be possible to raise bond money and find a way to bring that mom from Arizona to New York. And that's how this started, really. The following Monday, I cold called the attorney. I found him pretty easily on Google. He answered on the first ring. I explained that I had heard him on the radio, and I said, look, I think that among my friends, we could raise the money for her bond and find a way to get her to New York and back to her kids. And I said, would that be of interest to you and to her? And he just started laughing. And he said, of course it would be of interest, because she has no way to pay this money. Right. And so I said, well, do we have your permission then to start a GoFundMe campaign? And he said, yes. And we started it on Monday, I believe it was June 25th, 2018. We found out the next day that her bond had been set at $7,500. By the time we found that out, we had already raised more than that. You can pay the bond anywhere in the United States. And so almost all of our bonds have been paid here at the office in New York. We didn't want to expose her to more law enforcement figures or people in authority who could frighten her, who may not speak Spanish, on her journey from Arizona to New York. And so what we did is we set up a cross-country network of volunteer drivers. People knew that we were fundraising for her, that we had been able to get her bond. Volunteers just appeared who were sort of first or second degree friends or acquaintances who said, look, I know somebody in Phoenix who could go pick her up, and I know somebody who can drive her from Phoenix to, Albuquerque, for example.
Right.
And we had an amazing volunteer, Megan Finn, who coordinated the transportation all the way across the country and just really quickly created this system of communication and monitoring to make sure that she was safe every step of the way, that she had homes to sleep in, people to feed her along the way. What Jenny remembers from that experience, it was sort of this healing moment in a way, or a journey toward healing, where, she had come here and she had been sort of met with all of these toxic aspects of America, right? And then all of a sudden, here are all of these people who are total strangers who are driving her for hours, welcoming her into their homes. She has said that it was important to help her understand that there were good people here who cared and wanted to help. And by the time she got to New York, this had attracted so much media attention that Cory Booker had come out to greet her and help her move her luggage for the last transfer in Newark. We had state and nationally elected officials who met her in New York to welcome her. It grew very, very quickly, and the donations continue to come in.
How's she doing right now?
She had her final hearing for the immigration court in North Carolina in September of 2019. She was denied asylum, so her case right now is in appeal.